Detailed overview of the trade-off, which problem do I want? In the chapter titled, TRADEOFF, which problem do I want? In the book, Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, by Greg McKeown, the author explores the concept of trade-offs and the importance of making conscious choices about the problems we are willing to face. Here is a detailed overview of the chapter. McKeown begins by discussing the inevitability of trade-offs in life. He explains that every choice we make comes with an opportunity cost, where we gain something but also give up something else. He emphasizes that essentialists understand the need to make intentional trade-offs in order to focus on what truly matters. The chapter introduces the concept of the undisciplined pursuit of more, and highlights how it leads to overcommitment, scattered efforts, and mediocre results. McKeown argues that by embracing trade-offs, we can escape this trap and direct our energy towards the essential. The author encourages readers to consider the types of problems they want to have in their lives. He introduces the concept of problems of abundance and problems of scarcity. Problems of abundance arise when we have too many options, commitments, and distractions. Problems of scarcity occur when we lack resources, time, or focus due to overcommitment. McKeown suggests that by making intentional trade-offs, we can shift from problems of abundance to problems of scarcity, where we can fully devote ourselves to what truly matters. The chapter explores the importance of evaluating the long-term consequences of our choices. McKeown introduces the term, irrational discounting, which refers to the tendency to prioritize short-term gains and immediate gratification over long-term benefits. He emphasizes the need to overcome this bias and make choices based on their long-term impact. McKeown introduces the 10th of October 20 rule, which suggests that if an opportunity does not align with your long-term goals and does not contribute significantly to your mission, you should decline it, even if it offers short-term benefits. He encourages readers to consider the long-term consequences of their choices and prioritize activities that align with their essential intent. The chapter also addresses the fear of missing out, FOMO, and the pressure to have it all. McKeown argues that by trying to do everything, we dilute our focus and effectiveness. He emphasizes that essentialists make peace with trade-offs and recognize that by saying no to non-essential activities, they can create the space and energy needed for their most important endeavors. Furthermore, the chapter discusses the importance of clarifying our values and priorities to make more effective trade-offs. McKeown suggests creating a personal value statement and using it as a guide for decision-making. By aligning our choices with our core values, we can make trade-offs that are in line with our essential intent. The chapter concludes by highlighting the need for ongoing evaluation and adjustment of our trade-offs. McKeown emphasizes that trade-offs are not fixed decisions but require continuous refinement as our circumstances and priorities change. He encourages readers to develop the discipline of reevaluating their choices and making necessary adjustments along the way. In summary, the chapter, TRADEOFF, which problem do I want? In Essentialism, emphasizes the importance of making intentional trade-offs to focus on what truly matters. It highlights the concept of problems of abundance versus problems of scarcity and encourages readers to choose the problems they want to face. By evaluating the long-term consequences of choices, overcoming irrational discounting, clarifying values, and making ongoing adjustments, individuals can make trade-offs that align with their essential goals and lead to more meaningful and impactful lives. 20 great points with examples from trade-off, which problem do I want? Certainly. Here are 20 key points from the chapter, TRADEOFF, which problem do I want? In Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, by Greg McKeown, along with examples. 1. Understanding trade-offs. Recognize that every choice involves trade-offs, where we gain something but also give up something else. For example, choosing to prioritize career advancement may require sacrificing personal leisure time. 2. Problems of abundance. Understand that having too many options, commitments, and distractions can lead to scattered efforts and mediocre results. For instance, being overwhelmed with multiple projects at work that hinder focused, high-quality work. 3. Problems of scarcity. Acknowledge that focusing on the essential often means facing problems of scarcity, such as limited time, resources, or opportunities. For example, choosing to pursue a new business venture may require sacrificing leisure time or personal commitments. 4. Intentional trade-offs. Embrace the idea of making intentional trade-offs to focus on what truly matters. This involves consciously deciding which problems to prioritize and allocating resources accordingly. For instance, choosing to decline non-essential commitments to devote more time to a passion project. 5. Long-term consequences. Consider the long-term consequences of your choices rather than being swayed by short-term gains. Evaluate how each decision aligns with your overall goals and values. For example, choosing to invest time in learning a new skill that will benefit your career in the long run, despite the immediate effort required. 6. Irrational discounting. Overcome the bias of prioritizing short-term gains over long-term benefits. Avoid falling into the trap of immediate gratification and make choices based on their lasting impact. For instance, resisting the temptation to procrastinate and dedicating time to important tasks with future benefits. 7. The 20th of October 10 rule. Consider the 20th of October 10 rule, which suggests declining opportunities that do not align with your long-term goals or contribute significantly to your mission, even if they offer short-term benefits. For example, declining a project that would require significant time and effort but does not contribute to your core objectives. 8. Fear of missing out, FOMO. Overcome the fear of missing out on opportunities by recognizing that trying to do everything dilutes focus and effectiveness. Prioritize activities that align with your essential intent, even if it means declining others. For instance, saying no to attending a social event to have dedicated time for focused work on an essential project. 9. Making peace with trade-offs. Embrace the reality of trade-offs and make peace with the choices you make. Accept that saying no to non-essential activities creates space and energy for what truly matters. For example, accepting that declining social invitations allows you to prioritize self-care and personal goals. 10. Clarifying values. Define your core values and use them as a guide for decision-making. Align your choices with your values to make trade-offs that are in line with your essential intent. For instance, prioritizing sustainability in business decisions even if it means sacrificing short-term profits. 11. Assessing impact. Evaluate the impact of each opportunity or commitment on your overall goals. Determine whether it contributes significantly to your mission and aligns with your core priorities. For example, assessing whether attending a conference or workshop will provide valuable networking opportunities and knowledge that align with your professional goals. 12. Effective resource allocation. Make deliberate choices about where to allocate your time, energy, and resources. Consider the opportunity cost of each decision and prioritize the activities that will have the greatest impact. For instance, investing more time in developing a core skill instead of spreading yourself thin across multiple areas. 13. Evaluating competing options. When faced with multiple options, evaluate them based on their alignment with your essential goals and consider the potential outcomes of choosing each one. For example, assessing the long-term implications of accepting a job offer in a different city versus staying in your current location. 14. Reflecting on past trade-offs. Reflect on past trade-offs and evaluate their impact. Learn from your experiences to refine your decision-making process and make more effective trade-offs in the future. For instance, analyzing the consequences of prioritizing work over personal relationships and adjusting your approach accordingly. 15. Seeking feedback. Seek feedback from trusted advisors or mentors when making significant trade-offs. Their perspectives can provide valuable insights and help you make more informed decisions. For example, consulting with a mentor before deciding whether to take on a demanding project that may require sacrificing personal time. 16. Focusing on essentials. Direct your attention and energy towards the essential by intentionally eliminating or delegating non-essential tasks and commitments. This allows you to allocate resources more effectively. For instance, delegating administrative tasks to a colleague to free up time for strategic work. 17. Adjusting trade-offs. Recognize that trade-offs are not fixed decisions but require continuous evaluation and adjustment. Regularly reassess your priorities and make necessary changes as circumstances evolve. For example, reevaluating your work-life balance and making adjustments to ensure alignment with your current needs. 18. Maintaining perspective. Keep the bigger picture in mind when making trade-offs. Focus on the essential goals and values that guide your choices and avoid getting lost in short-term challenges or distractions. For instance, staying committed to a long-term fitness goal despite temporary setbacks or inconveniences. 19. Mindful decision-making. Practice mindful decision-making by taking the time to reflect, evaluate, and consider the consequences of each choice. Avoid making impulsive decisions or succumbing to external pressures. For example, taking a pause before accepting a new commitment and evaluating its alignment with your essential goals. 20. Embracing the benefits of trade-offs. Embrace the positive aspects of making trade-offs. Recognize that by consciously choosing which problems to face, you can focus your efforts on what truly matters and achieve greater fulfillment and impact in those areas. These points highlight the importance of making intentional trade-offs, evaluating the long-term impact of choices, and embracing the reality of trade-offs in pursuing the essential. By consciously considering the consequences and aligning choices with essential goals, individuals can make effective trade-offs that lead to a more purposeful and meaningful life.